guys, how's it going? I just recently moved out of the hostel that I was staying in Mexico City. I was staying in a hostel here in Centro, and that what is called Casa MX Alameda, and pretty nice little hostel. I met a few friends there, which was really cool. And now I just decided to rent this Airbnb for a night because tomorrow I'm flying out to Oaxaca City, which is a different state. It's actually quite far away. I was debating on taking the bus or to fly, but flying is just so convenient, and since I'm only planning on traveling for about a few months anyway, and I do have disposable income, just flying just seems way better, you know. I think I'm going to take the bus to Puerto Escondido though when I get down there, because I also want to go check out the Oaxacan coast. But anyway, I'll tell you more about my plans later. I'll give you a little tour of my room here. It was $25 Canadian per night, which is about $20 American, or about 14 euros, which is not bad at all at least by Canadian standards. That's extremely cheap, because this place is like 200 meters from the airport, and that makes it a very desirable location. So yeah, it's a pretty nice place. It's pretty modern. It's very small. It's just for one person, although I did notice that out in the hallway here they have another bed. So I think that if you want, you can have two people in here, and you can save, you know, if you're traveling with two people, you can save money, you know, like split the costs. Like, I think they do charge extra for two people, but I don't think they charge double the amount for two people. So yeah, it's quite a small place, but you could split it between two people. I'll show you around a little bit. It's so small that there's not much to show, but I like it. Over here, we just have the bed. It's just a single bed, or whatever you call it. I would call it a single bed. It's quite small, but it's good for one person, you know. You've got a little shelf to put your things over here. Right here you have a TV. I was watching a little bit of TV earlier, just like some kind of Mexican like cook-off show. I like cooking. I find it quite interesting, you know, the culinary arts. And over here we have a mirror, so you can check yourself out and yeah, see how you're looking, right? You've got a little end table and an outlet to charge your devices here. Now, this neighborhood is called Peñón de los Baños. Now, Peñón means crag. Crag is like an old English word. I never use that word, but it means something similar to a cliff, and this or something like that. And this area is a little bit hilly, so yeah, makes sense. But I don't know why it's de los baños, because baños means bathrooms or washrooms, unless there's another meaning for the word baño, which I don't know. So anyway, let's continue the tour. Over here we have some interesting books in Spanish. If you're studying Spanish, you may want to try to read some of these books. It would take me like ages to read them, because I would constantly be like having to look up like what this word means and what that word means. So yeah, I don't think I'm at the point where I'm gonna start reading anything too complicated unless it's like necessary. But yeah, we have a nice little desk here. where you can do your work if you work remotely, or if you just want to like play around on your computer like me. And then coming over this way, we have the shower and the tub, which are just kind of separated by these walls and by these curtains. Not bad, not a bad setup. Everything in here looks like it was recently renovated, like it looks pretty modern and clean, you know. Yeah, not a bad. Kind of a weird flooring in the shower, but pretty good setup, and they provide, you know, shampoo and soap, you know, to wash up. Over here we have the toilet. Not much to see here, but it is a very modern toilet, and it's quite large. So if you're like a very large person, it would be comfortable for you, you know. And it's very clean. Everything's really clean here. And then over here we have the sink. Now the silly thing is the design or layout of the place is there's no mirror with the sink, and having a mirror with the sink would be good, because yeah, if you want to shave, which I like to do from time to time, or wash your face, it's nice to have a mirror right there, but it's not a deal breaker for me. And for the price, you really can't beat this. With the price and the proximity to the airport in Canada, the same simple hotel room right near the airport would cost, like, I don't know, a lot, like probably at least $150 a month, or not a month, a night, $150 a night. And but anyway, this is not actually a hotel room. This is an Airbnb. So this is basically like on somebody's property, like near their home, but it's separate. It's a separate unit, and yeah, it's a one thing that I noticed, which is good about this place, is the water seems really clean, and I'll show you why that is, I think. And well, it's so dark now, it's hard to see. But basically, outside they have this like filter for the water, and I think that really helps to clean it. Because when I was staying at that hostel before in Centro, the water had like a bad smell, and I think that around here the water is contaminated with sewage, because I think the sewage the sewage treatment is lacking, you know. So I think there's sewage that goes into the groundwater, but the water here smells fine, and it yeah, it seems pretty clean. And also the security here is really good, and anywhere that I would stay in Latin America, I would want the security to be quite good, you know. And those security aspects are that the entire property is surrounded by like this massive like concrete wall. Like, it's huge. It's like a 20-foot concrete wall, and then at the front door there's at the entrance of the compound, there's this like huge gate that's like made with like thick metal, you know. So it's almost impenetrable. You would have to like grind on that gate with a grinder for a long time to get through it, you know. So yeah, that's quite good, you know, because it's you know, people are quite poor around here, and sometimes they get desperate, I suppose. And yeah, Mexico City is not the safest city in Mexico. yeah. So, yeah, it's quite a secure place, very clean, pretty good for one person, and yeah, the price is good. Although I think that you could probably get better in some cases. However, normally to get a better price, you would have to like rent for longer, like for a month. I think that in a lot of places in Mexico, you could rent a place like this, a very small place like this for maybe, I'm not exactly sure, but maybe around $200 a month, depending obviously on the location. If it's like in the city center or literally like on the beach or something, it's obviously going to be more expensive. But yeah, if you want to get a better deal, you're going to be more like on the outside of maybe 10-20 minutes outside of the city center, But for the convenience, I think this place has great value. And also, I was just getting tired of the hostel. Man, like the place that I was just staying at was like a really party hostel, like just like music like bumping until midnight, and then like people just like making noise like all night, and then like last night was crazy because there was something. I got woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning because there was like something happening in the room. I don't know exactly what was happening. And then I got woken up again at 5 o'clock in the morning because some chica who was sleeping above me, she was sleeping in the bunk above me with her friend, and she got out of the bed and like somehow she like slipped or something, and she literally like stepped on me. I was like, what the goddamn lady, So, yeah, although there's a lot of friends to be made at hostels, it's really nice to just have some privacy sometimes, And, yeah, the hostel was completely safe and, but, being around so many people can have its problems and annoyances, that's for sure. And here I can make videos if I want, and I'm not really like disturbing anybody, This neighborhood is really interesting as well because there's all kinds of activity happening. There's a beautiful park up the road. You can get like some wonderful like street food. I just got these like 2 quesadillas up the road, and they were like huge. I was not expecting them to be that big because I had some quesadillas just recently, like more like close to the hostel where I was staying at, like in the city center. And those quesadillas were like way smaller. And here, which is more like in a local neighborhood, I would say, the prices are cheaper and you get more bang for your buck for the food, So, yeah. And it's pretty safe as well, like, and yeah, the only difference is that in the kind of tourist areas, you're going to have a high concentration of tourist activities, like museums and stuff like that. But if you don't mind being kind of like out of that tourist center area, then you can get a better deal, and you get better deals on food and better deals on everything. I just got like this liter of water for 8 pesos, which is like which is like about 50 cents. But if I was staying here longer, I would get like a big thing of water, you know, to save more money. And yeah, I'm going to Oaxaca tomorrow morning, and we'll see how that goes. And if I really like it, I'm gonna stay there for a month. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you are all doing well, and I'm gonna see you real soon. Peace.